What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with another... I told you we're going to try to get through all these. Another EX boss mission. 1-4 is surprisingly simple. I mean, I guess if you spec into the team that I told you to spec into literally for the past year. So this team will look really, really, really similar. We already ran this team pretty much. All I've done is I've swapped out Mikoto for Filvis. Now, Filvis is only +2 and it's only 3 purple stars. So, as you saw there, we're still going to get the S clear on this. So I've shown you guys this team. You should know how to run the skill flow. Let's just jump in and let's build and let's run this real quick, okay? So, the big caveat to this is Filvis could get taken out. We really need to make sure that Haruhime comes in and that we get everything built up the way we need it built up. If she gets taken out early, we'll just have to come in and rerun it. It is what it is. That's life. But let's go ahead and give it our best shot, okay? So, we're going to use Spotlight here. We're going to use Skill 1 with Belle, Skill 1 with Aisha, and Skill 2 with Filvis. Filvis' Skill 2 is basically the equivalent of someone's normal Skill 1. That's basically her buff stack. It's like a 2-1 instead of a normal 1-2 buff. So, here we go. Everybody's got their 33% of CH charge. We're going to go ahead and do the 35% AoE attack damage buff. We're going to go ahead and do Skill 2 with everybody else. Remember, hers is basically like Skill 1. Her Skill 1 is the equivalent of a normal Skill 2. And kind of like Aisha in a lot of ways, her Skill 1, more or less. Now, we're kind of a bad situation here. Aisha took a little bit of extra damage that I wasn't hoping for. So, with any luck, Aisha will survive this, but I kind of don't feel like she will. So we're probably going to have to restart this run. But let's go ahead and see. We're going to hit Dawnwind here. Everybody else is going to kind of stick to what they're doing. Let's see if, by some miracle or measure, we can get through this. And the answer is no. So we're going to have to restart this one. That is the one real downside to this one. They do hit pretty hard. And I've had to run this about 2 or 3 times to get my S clear. But once again, it's like 2 or 3 times. You know, what does it really matter? And my MLB unit got taken out. It's not like Filvis got taken out. My MLB'd Aisha got taken out. So that gives you just an idea of how big and bad these units are. Now, in fairness, this is a bit on my build here. Because in hindsight, and I just have to realize this, we do have a unit, Fia, who actually, or Fear, no, not Fear, I'm sorry, Ray, who, I'm going to get eaten alive in the comments for that one. Basically, I could use her skill where Line's at, and it'll give us everything we need, and it'll give us some HP regen. But I'm going to stick with this, at least for now. If I need to, I'll change it, but I've already gotten an S clear out of this twice, so I'm not gonna mess with the recipe that I've got here. All right. There we go. We'll just go back here and do this again. Skill 2, Skill 2, Skill 1. 2, 2, 1. Perfect. And looks good. Looks pretty good. Now, Filvis is taking a little bit of extra damage. I don't like that, but I think we're comfy. I think we'll be all right, hopefully. So we'll do Dawnwind. Everybody else will continue doing what they do pretty much best. And that'll be that. And I am going to watch Filvis pretty good here because if she takes like a bit of extra damage, things might hurt. But actually, we got our counter heal, so we're good. We're good to go. Nothing too bad to worry about. Now, you need to double check all of our debuffs. So we've got Strength and Magic down 40%. That's really good. That's going to help alleviate a lot of our damage incoming. Water attribute resistance down 40%. All unit resistance down 35%. Physical resistance down 40%. Of course, you have agility too, but that's not my main concern. Those other skills are really my main concern. So I can go ahead and do Blowing Wind. Make sure that we replicate those. I should. Yeah. So Torrent Slash will need to be rebuffed, but their skills will be fine. So we're pretty good. We're good to go. Okay. Excellent, excellent. Now, Philvis is taking a lot of damage here, and we're not getting the counter heals out of Haruhime, which is truly, truly, truly unfortunate. Let's see. Okay, so we'll be good on our debuffs, so I'm going to go ahead and do Night Storm. Remember, Night Storm gives us a little bit of extra healing. I like to build this in as quickly as I can. So do Haruhime's skill 1 here, and we're going to go back to skill 2 with Belle. So, yeah. Like I said, with Aisha and Philvis, it's really simple. Now, the reason we're using Philvis is because she's an ogre killer, and she's got a respectable SA. Not the biggest, best SA on Earth, but it's a respectable SA. It gets the job done. In hindsight, though, I happen to realize I probably should put Philvis before Aisha, because of what she does. We'll talk about that when we get there. But truly and honestly, I've already beaten it this way, so it would just be like a cherry on top. But nevertheless, we'll talk about that when we get to the SA stage. Okay. This turn I need to rebuff Dawn Wind, because it is going to run out. And we're good here because we've got still 2 turns on our lowest attributes. So let's just soldier on. And once again, as we've done with all these other ones, I'm building up to the quad SA. The quad is really going to be like the main feature of this. Okay? So we'll end turn 6 with a triple SA. We'll end turn 8 with a quad. That takes us into turn 9, exactly where we need to be. I'm going to do Blowing Wind to go ahead and just get our rebuffs back in place. Notice we're down to 1 turn on these, so we're fine. We just got to make sure that Blowing Wind happens. Okay? And if it doesn't, pretty much Haruhime's dead, and we're out of our S-Clear anyway. Now, once again, I want to emphasize, if you do not have the units to S-Clear this, that's fine. But I want to show you guys, you can S-Clear this with a +2 DPS. That's what's nuts about this. Like, the water team is ridiculous, y'all. Can we just talk for a moment about how insane the water team is? Like, after all this time, they're still killing it. Now, Torrent Slash will need to be rebuffed. Theirs is just going to stay, so let's go. Bam, bam, everything looks golden. Look at that, and their health has just absolutely been eviscerated. Now, the nice part is, I've debuffed physical so much. Really, our physical is doing its job. Magic is natively down 20%, but I've debuffed physical so much, it's like really what I'm relying on. And the funny part about that is, really I should be running on magic. This is built for the water magic team. But the water physical team is just so ridiculous. They kind of overcome that. Like in every single possible way, they really are just that bonkers. So while the event is built for Philvis, you can still use Belle and Aisha totally legitimately. They're fine. They're not hurting at all in this event. Now the downside is here, Philvis is now out of MP. It is what it is. And I'm about to have to admit to you guys, actually I think let me see. I might not have to. Let's see what's going on. Okay. So, we're going to do SA. That gives because 120% strength and magic. Now we get 100% water attack damage. And she gets a big 80%. Now, if I recollect, I think she actually does magic resistance. Yeah, so she does magic resistance down 60%, so it really doesn't matter where she is in the stack. For a minute there, I thought she might have done water attack damage, but then I realized, like, no, she does magic. So it really doesn't matter where she is. She might be okay in front of Aisha. It doesn't really... It's not groundbreaking one way or the other. But she'll still produce the numbers we need. So right now we're sitting at 6.6 million damage that we need. So let's take a look here. Remember, Haruhime is not a damage producer. There we go. Belle. Ooh, he didn't even produce 1 million. Okay, all right. Aisha's, of course, can do like 3.2 mil. And Philvis is going to produce a whole hell of a lot. Remember, she's an ogre killer. So she's just going to be like this crazy good DPS. So there you go, guys. An S clear. And I did it with a +2 with 3 purple stars. If you have a good team build, there's nothing standing in your way. That was kind of my problem with the last team, is I just didn't have a good team build. But there you go, guys. That is going to be the video for this one. We'll come back and do Boss 1.5 in the morning, and I'll try to get all the way through 1.8 before tomorrow afternoon, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Fingers seriously crossed. So, like, comment, and if you have not, make sure you subscribe, and I'll be back with you guys here really soon.